Hey, everybody. I wanted to talk to you today about what a lot of people look at as procrastination. And so I've really been challenging myself around this concept. When I get or I feel resistant to taking actions, or I say I want something and then I'm not moving towards it, or I'm not taking actions, that doesn't really make logical sense to me. Like, why am I not taking actions? I should be taking actions. There's a tendency for us to want to beat ourselves up, make ourselves wrong, totally judge ourselves for not moving forward. And this really started to shift for me a few years ago when I had this thing happen. So I used to work for an organization, and one of my roles was to look for event spaces. And the events that we would run would have like 700 people. We had very clear price, like price points that we were able to afford. We had very specific needs that we needed as an organization to find, to make our events run the way we like to have them run. So let's just say that, and we're in New York. We were in New York City, so it's not like there's millions of places out there that fit all these criteria. So we started to, it didn't make sense to me. We were in need of finding a venue, and I kept putting it off. And it looked like I was putting it off because I didn't want to deal with it, or I was using excuses like I don't have time. But it was like, why? It just didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Why am I not doing this? So finally, one day, as we were getting closer to when we needed it, I was like, fine, I'm going to go to work early. I'm actually going to go sit in a Starbucks. I'm going to start putting attention on and start creating my list of different venues that I could reach out to and whatnot. And as I was sitting there, I got an email from a venue that had that we'd done an event at before, and they had told us earlier that year that they weren't going to be available for the dates we needed because they were going under renovation. And so I opened the email. Now, again, I'd been procrastinating. I'd been resistant. I just couldn't find my groove with getting started on the project. And the email said to me, hey, not sure if you all have found a venue yet, but turns out we actually aren't going under renovation and may still have those dates available. Do you still need them? What? I could have spent, do you know what a project it is to look for venues and call venues and then go visit venues? I could have spent hours, days even, in my already very busy, complex schedule at the time, trying to make something happen. And here I had been not taking the action. And at the time, then the information came to me and the answer came to me in divine timing. So it really got me, it woke me up because, and I hear so many of my clients struggle with this, like, oh, I'm not doing anything and I should be, and I said I would, and And yes, of course, there's times when we really are resistant and we're not moving forward, and it's not about, it could be that it's, there's something else at play. But I want to get everybody thinking more in the direction of, our habits with turning on ourselves, with making ourselves wrong, with beating ourselves up, or thinking we're not doing something right. And to open up to, well, what if it's just not time yet? This was also I've had clients that are, considering leaving jobs or considering leaving marriages. And this idea that I know better, I'm clear, I've been talking about it forever and I just haven't done it yet. What's wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. When you relate to it that way, it makes it really hard to trust yourself. It makes it really hard to, it just creates an inner environment of shutting down and collapsing on ourselves. And so, and even author Tosha Silver, I don't know if you've heard of her or not, but she's she's a writer that talks a lot about letting the divine take the lead and trusting the divine. And what I love is that she always says, all delays are beneficial. And it's that's right in alignment with this too. It's this sense of And even Mama Gina, she used to say, the woman I used to work for, an amazing facilitator, and she would say, like, my timing is perfect and elegant. And so I just really wanted to like offer this as an option to any of you out there that are someone that struggles with making yourself wrong about, you know, about not doing something or thinking there's something wrong with you. It's like sometimes it's just like things are getting worked out behind the scenes that need to get handled on your behalf. Sometimes it's not time yet because there is something that you have to work on. Sometimes it's just, hey, things are getting worked out on other levels and we don't want you to waste your time. And so, or it's something is keeping you safe. Like there's so many more things at play than just for me it'd be like you're lazy or you're avoiding things or you're such a procrastinator. I'm a big believer in like I don't want any of us turning on ourselves, making ourselves bad or wrong for not making forward movements. And so I just offer that as a as something that might create a little relief in you and a little more kindness within you towards yourself, and would love to hear what you think. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. Let me know if you have a question about it. And again, hope it's helpful. Take care.